All right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. It's Friday, Pizza Friday. Super excited, super pumped for that. Welcome. I just want to say, just to start off, a big thank you to everyone that was on the stream yesterday and just helping me just kind of talk through some things. I really did appreciate it. I spent some time thinking about everything afterwards and just really trying to, just getting my mindset back into the just into the right mindset of, stick to the plan, stick to the path and the direction that we're going here and what we're trying to build here. So I just really did appreciate that. So I just really, wanted to say thank you again to all you guys. Super helpful. If you don't know me, my name is Odum, and we live stream here every Monday through Friday, as we try to build ourselves a company which is going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. And that company is Piixel. And we are an agency that does websites and, we build websites for our clients. And we also created Piixel Pieces, which is our Webflow template and component library. Brent, how's it going? Welcome. No worries. Let's get it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get this thing going. And I've even thought of a few more ideas of how I could even more specifically kind of dive into these things that I want to do in terms of, the videos that we're creating, the blog posts that I'm going to be doing, and even this live stream as well too. So I don't know, I'm just kind of thinking about how we could use these things to maximize what it is we're trying to do and to get growth and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just trying to figure that out and going back to thinking about, I haven't done the data analytics here on this live stream to see kind of which videos are performing the best and all that kind of stuff. So there's even things like that to go back and figure out kind of even how I can make even these live streams maybe perform a little better and just kind of help the whole thing grow. But anyways, I can't remember what I was saying. But what we're going to be doing today is yesterday I actually published this blog post, and it's kind of interesting too because this is basically, let me zoom in here a little bit. So this is the first video that we produced, which was launch your first website in 10 minutes. Not performing as well as we would have hoped or as well as we would have wanted to. Actually, maybe I could let me see if I could bring up the actual stats to it. Oh, no, I don't think I can right now because I'm in this account that's doing this live stream on this browser. Anyways, just to say real quick, it has 13 views. Has 13 views, and the average watch time is only 26 seconds. So that really kind of sucks. We really wanted it to perform better than that, at least at the start. But, so far it doesn't seem to be getting traction. But it is getting a little bit of a higher click-through rate. So it's like a 2.6% click-through rate. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. It's better than zero, I guess. So, but anyways, it is our first video. Hopefully that was on Monday. We'll have another video to release the next Monday, and we're just going to keep going, and we're going to keep learning from the videos that we're releasing to see what we can do to create, better and more engaging videos. Okay. So this is based on our first video. So if we just click in here, basically what I did, this was actually kind of neat. This table of contents, I was actually doing it by hand yesterday. And then I was like, there's got to be some kind of extension for this. And then I checked out FinSuite, and of course they do, because these guys are awesome. So I just checked out their attributes, and they have a, what was it? What am I using for this? Now I'm gonna have to check this out, just in case anybody is looking to use this in Webflow. So let's just go in here. Let's zoom in. Well, basically what we're going to be doing today is we're going to take all these sidebar items because I noticed that there were some differences on the different pages. So we're going to put these all into components, and then we're going to make like one big global sidebar component. And we're going to do that. So I'm going to see if there's any new updates in the components, because they were talking about being able to have, maybe that's not released yet, but just being able to do like variations of components. I just want to see if there's been any improvements that have been published. So thought that would be kind of cool today, just to, dive into Webflow a little bit more. Okay. So what was I saying? Right. We got to go into the blog posts, and I could look at, it's just, there's a table of contents. So how come I don't see it here? Can I search? Okay. That's attributes. I'll just probably type this in here. Table of contents. Okay, here we go. So I use this, which was kind of nice. And basically what we need to do this one, you just add this attribute to the rich text element that has all the blog posts. And then you just have to, you kind of have to follow, documentation was a little bit not very clear, but you had to follow this kind of structure to be able to get the table of contents to actually work. So if we look at the actual blog post, let's take a look at it here. No, let's go on this one. So on here, we have here in the, let's go into the navigator. Where can we extend this out a little bit? Oh, wait, we got to pin it. Okay. So we have basically table of contents level 1, table of contents level 2, and then along with the link here. So, and you can see this one here, it actually just populates with this information. So that's kind of cool. And it just gets that information from the headings, and it actually scrolls down to the right section on the blog. So it's kind of nice. It happens automatically. But the problem that I found with this is that I wanted to have the table of contents after this initial introduction. So what I actually had to do is I had to break down the actual blog section into 2 different rich text elements, which is kind of really annoying because I couldn't just slab it in the middle, or you can't just slab it within, because it takes the actual information from the rich text element. So it can't like nest inside it itself, which makes sense. So I just had to update the actual collection a little bit to have a post introduction and then the main post body. So kind of annoying. I have to separate it in two different sections. If we just go here into the collection, you can kind of see how this is the introduction part here, and then this is everything else that flows with it. Now, one thing that I was thinking about this blog post, sorry, I'm kind of rambling like this a little bit here. We're not really kind of getting to work, but I think if you're working on Webflow, this might be relevant to you. Within each of these steps, what I was going to do was get, what was I going to say? I was going to get video clips and just kind of interject them, or just screenshots, I should say, and put them in there so people can actually see how to do those steps on the actual, so just like when you're on the blog post, you can actually see the actual steps, right? In like in Namecheap or Webflow or whatever the case may be. But the problem is that if I was to break this off right here and then put an image right inside, like underneath this number, and then I would want to start a new numbered item, it would start over from number 1. And there's an easy way to do that inside of the actual list itself, to have a start, just to have start and the number. But within the rich text field, you don't have that option. So it was kind of like, either we wouldn't use a list here for like a numbered list, and then we just do it manually, and then we can interject the images, but then it's not an actual list, and we kind of want it to be an ordered list for like proper semantics. So it's kind of like within this whole Webflow editor for blog posting, you have to have like trade-offs of what you can do within the actual blog post itself and what you want to actually kind of release, which is why like I love ghosts, and I'm seriously thinking about, depending on what we're going to do with this blog post, of having this whole blog section just make it in Ghost, so I can publish blog posts in Ghost, and then just use whatever like reverse proxy or whatever it is to actually have it go on piixel.ca/blog and have that Ghost installation be part of the blog, just to have more control over how everything is laid out. So it's just something I'm thinking, and just something to keep in mind, that if you're looking for a platform to specifically do blogging, I would not recommend Webflow. I just don't think its strength is not for news publications. It's just not. It's not my favorite. So Ghost, it's built for that. It's built for publications. It's a great tool, and of course it's open source too, so it's free. So if you know what you're doing and you want to spin up your own servers or whatever, super cheap to run a Ghost instance. Anyways, so that's that. So that was kind of me banging my head up against the wall yesterday, and I figured, there's no images here. So it is kind of long, and obviously it does mirror what's in the actual video itself, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if there's any changes that I could make or what have you. And that's the thing too with a blog post. Nothing says that I can't just go back and just update things later on, right? So, but anyways, I like mixing and matching, or not mixing and matching, but just having the video on YouTube and how that's one way to get it. And then now we have this here on the internet. So if there's any SEO stuff that we can do to this to make, eventually people kind of get to our site, all the best. Kevin, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy Pizza Friday. Brent, you should look into YouTube keyword searchers so you can make videos based on what people are looking for on YouTube. Yeah, I did a little bit of research into that and trying to see how to figure that out. But I think it was just more of a generic, just looking at keyword searches in general, as opposed, I think it was like Google Trends or something like that, as opposed to like YouTube itself. Okay, so vidIQ has something, but there's paid alternatives. Yeah, so let me just vidIQ. So they have, what do they have then? I guess they have tools, title generator, keyword generator. YouTube video ideas. Keyword tools. All right, let's have a look here. I mean, these tools that they have, they're probably built on something that's open source anyways, right? And then they're just charging their whatever their fee is for it. So then it's like, what is it that they're doing to hook into YouTube's API or whatever to be able to get that information? Yeah. I think at the start too is just using, like, you're right, just trying to find some kind of free tool that's out there to just kind of see what people are searching. And I know what I do is I actually go on YouTube and I search like Webflow terms and whatever, and I just kind of look at the videos that show up and I kind of see how many views that they're getting. And I kind of created a small little bucket of which videos I think would perform better based on like how many views those videos are getting. So if I did something that's kind of similar, it would, or like around that kind of theme, that those videos might be popular. Yeah, I'm not sure what they get their data from exactly. So yeah, I mean, I could take a look and see what they have going on. But yeah, it's something to consider. And I'm just actually writing this down here. I think even at the start, for me and where I am at this stage, even just looking at Google keywords and Google Trends and all that kind of stuff is probably a good enough starting point. Because what people are searching on Google are probably going to be mirroring somewhat what people are searching on YouTube, especially when it comes to like web design and Webflow and all that kind of stuff. So even just having that initial kind of framework of what videos to make, even for the first few videos here, I think is at least a good place to start anyways. vidIQ. Yeah. It's funny. I'm just looking at that vidIQ thing. They had all these things of, ChatGPT and all these different tools. And I think one thing that I don't want to lose sight of, and I think a lot of people I don't know if I can't say a lot. Actually, I have no idea. So let me just go back to me. One thing that I am cognizant of is to not forget about my own personality and my own flavor on things, and to not just be bound so much by algorithms and so much by ChatGPT or AI tools or whatever to just end up being just like everybody else in a sense, right? Like there's got to be a way to differentiate yourself. And that's not to say the tools are bad. It's just using them in the way to get the ideas, get what people are searching, get what's kind of on people's minds, and figure out a way to be myself to convey that information, right? So, yeah, Brent, 100% stay authentic. Authenticity wins overall. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like, I'm just thinking of the YouTubers that I know that I followed throughout the years or whatever, and it's not even so much about what they bring to the table in terms of what they're teaching, whatever. But it's just, do I feel this is a genuine person? And I don't know. And the people that I guess they are genuine, it's like I just enjoy watching your videos for like who they are and the type of person that they are. And yes, they've changed over time, but I feel like the core of who they are is just they're just putting videos because they like it and all that kind of stuff, right? So, just found this free. Combine that with what people are looking for. Yeah, exactly, right? So be yourself, be authentic, be real, and then combine it with actually information that they're looking for. Just found this free tool. It might be helpful to come up with keywords. All right, so send it over. Oh man. Oh, excuse me, man. Oh man, this cold. Like it was over like 2 weeks ago now or so, but it's like it's still like lingering on. It's this most annoying thing. Ugh, excuse me. Okay, what are we doing? Just like spitting out my ice cube here. Okay, are you good? Yeah, I know I'm fine. It's just really you can just kind of hear in my voice. It's just all gravelly, right? It's just like kind of phlegm. It's just gross. So sorry. Yeah, dealing with a cold as well. Yeah, it's really annoying. Yeah, it's frustrating. Hopefully you feel better soon because it's not. Hopefully it's not one of those that are going around. I mean, you're slightly in a different spot of the world than I am, so it's probably not the same thing. But the ones that are going around here seem to be lasting a little bit longer than your normal colds. So it just depends on the strain, depends on the season, all that fun stuff. Okay, let's get to what we're supposed to do here today, and let's take a look at our sidebar here. Okay, so this one's on the blog post template, and if we just look at the blog page, I think I made some updates yesterday to make sure that they're all the same, and so they look the same, which is good. So, but let's go, yeah. Okay, so I like this as this is here. So, and what is this place linking to? This should be linking to Piixel pieces. Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's turn this here into a component. And I think there's a shortcut, Shift A. All right, so let's start getting used to our components. Shift A. And there's this component managed library. So that'll be interesting to see what we can do with that. So create component. Oh, Control Shift A. Oh, interesting. Control Shift A. All right. This is going to be Piixel pieces. We'll just call it the Piixel pieces add, and let's create a group. We'll call it Sidebar, and we'll create that component. Okay, excellent. I don't think we need to have any variations right now for this. Or not variations, I should say like editable components, right? Because we could make this text, like we can change this text here to be a connection to like a new property, right? But I think for now we're okay to just keep it as this component. All right, and now we have this subscribe form. So this already has, so this is going to have lots of nested components, which I think is okay. Is there a limit to how many components you can nest together? Oh, and another thing too, when are they going to release that allowing you to have more nested collections within your collection? Because this here, I have a nested collection here I have this collection here for all the blog posts, and then I have another collection here, which is getting the categories. But I want to do that here for this featured post, but I can't do it because there's no collection links. What's up? Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. What's going on? I'm just still like, I don't know what to do. Do you think it would be okay if we left them outside? What do you think? I don't know. That's not just, that's why like I don't know. You can just hold off till like Monday or Tuesday, just to be on the safe side if you're concerned about it. Like, because we're still recovering, even though we're outside, I'm sure it'd be fine, but. Yeah, probably would be, but you never know, especially if they're getting close. Yeah, closed.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's up to you.
What are you leaning towards?
I'm not leaning towards anything. You're the one that's doing it.
You're so annoying. You're so unhelpful right now.
I'm unhelpful. Hey, listen. I think you should. Well, it's funny. There's somebody here on the stream too who's dealing with a cold, so we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just talking to Andrea here because the kids had a scheduled playtime with some other kids, but they're sick or they were sick, but one of them is still sick, so they're trying to decide whether they should go meet outside or not. Again, you're outside, you're running around, whatever, that's fine. But yeah, if they're playing close and talking, things can. So if you trust your gut, I mean, like I said, I'm not the one to stop life just because people get sick, but I mean, because they weren't. I mean, obviously, if the kids are still sick, you just isolate them and you wouldn't go. But I don't know.
This one just hit the recovery time on this one. I feel like we're still.
Yeah. Well, then just meet up with them next week then.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll do.
Yep. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, jeez. Okay. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, right. Nested component collections. So if I go in this collection here, and I want to add in the different categories, which is what I want to do. So if I go in here and I go in here for a collection, you cannot have more than one nested collection lists on a single page. When is this feature coming out? This is ridiculous. I need to do this right now, Webflow. Come on, let's get this going. I think if all in all, like if I was to say like my biggest frustration with Webflow, but this is, I guess, almost with any tool, even I've had issues with Ghost, obviously I had issues with WordPress, is that you could never get 100% what you want. And that's what's kind of frustrating. But that's why for me, I miss the days of being able to like make a Rails app or whatever. And then you just, whatever it is you want, you just build it. And you can just have whatever it is that you want. So, yeah, that's just the thing. But again, you just kind of live with it. And that's, I mean, trade-offs for everything. But again, most of the time, 99% of the time of the stuff that you need to build, you can do it, or you can find ways around it. So, anyways, just thought I'd ramble about that right now. Okay, so, but they're fixing it, so hopefully it gets published sooner rather than later. Okay, so sidebar. I think, yeah, this one's good now. We're gonna make this Control-Shift-A, and we're gonna call this one subscribe to newsletter, and we're going to put that in the sidebar, right? Or select it. It's not going to. Why is it saying create one? I already created the sidebar, didn't I? Well, maybe I didn't actually create it. Oh, that's annoying. All right, so create. Okay, let's go back here for a second. Oh, yeah, it didn't go in. So can I just drag it? Oh, shit. What's it doing? It's going to put it in there. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to actually drag it here. I guess I can't do that. I guess I got to have to click here. Maybe I have to edit it. Yeah, now I can put it in the sidebar. Okay, there we go. And can I drag these? Ah, it looks like you can't. Like to reorder them. That's interesting. Rename or ungroup. Maybe it's alphabetical. But I like this though. This is so much. Just even having this, like grouping it like this, is super nice, super helpful. Okay, so that's great. And the sidebar learn. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. This is Control-Shift-A, and we're gonna do. Maybe we'll just call this community call to action. I don't know. So this is okay. Maybe let's cancel this. Where's this taking us? Start learning today. Right. This goes into fall. Oh, we need to update this. Because I don't think this is going to be ready by fall 2024. Because that's like already right now. Sidebar. Yeah, maybe Control Shift A. We'll call this. Do I need to make all of these into individual components, or should I make the whole sidebar into one component? I don't know. That's actually a good question. No. We'll just call it community ad. Ugh. I mean, this is all internal, so don't need to worry about it too much, I don't think. And this here, Control Shift A, we're going to call this blog categories. Blog category list. Or maybe just category list is fine. And that's to the sidebar. Great. Okay. So that's great. And now we're going to take all of this and we're going to put that into one thing called the sidebar. And maybe, can I put this at the top? Would numbers go in there? Put this, and we'll just call this main sidebar. I just want to go, yeah, so that puts it to the top. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but. All right, so now if we go to, that's the blog page. Let's go to our individual blog post page. I guess there's only 2 pages where this is going to be prominent, but so let's delete that from here and let's inject the main sidebar. There we go. So at least now we'll, it's going to be consistent across all the pages. Cool. Yeah, does it make sense though to have this and have all these components in here? I don't know, but I guess what I could do is I could rearrange them and do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I think this style, this is what's, yeah, this one's in flex. So that's what's getting the proper distance. Yeah, I'm not sure if that makes sense. Maybe you guys can let me know if it would make sense to throw all of these into a component or just have one main component, which is the blog sidebar. I think it's the same thing. This one might be maybe a little bit more like, I don't know if it's more in depth or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else we can do here to header and footer? I'm just trying to think of how we can maybe organize this a little bit better. I think it's okay for now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. So Brent, depends on if you want to use that exact sidebar on other pages with those exact components. Yeah, that's the question. So right now, I mean, it's just going to be, it's just on, there's 2 pages. There's this, the individual blog post. And then there's the blog page, which is just like when you just land on the blog homepage, right? Where I'll just list all the different posts and everything. So that's it. I don't see it being anywhere else, to be honest. So, yeah. One thing I do want to see, I think there was a couple little mistakes here. So purchase domain. I think there was something. All right, let me just search for domain here. Right. Yourdomain.com. Right, I need to update that there. Whoops. What's going on? I can't navigate. Okay. All right. Let's publish this. All right. I don't think this is going to show any changes. I've been thinking about this website, guys, this website. And I know I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because I don't want to get stuck on updating things that I don't think are that critical, but I'm going to be going to be networking with people that are local, and I was thinking that maybe there's a couple things that I could probably do to update how this website like looks. I think maybe adding like the services that I do and maybe just expanding on it a little bit more. Like there's this part here, which I kind of really like, but I think there's some things that I can do to update it a little bit so people can kind of know a little bit more about what it is that we do, right? Like if you're not going to read this or read this on this tab, then people they're not going to know. So I was thinking of maybe just doing a little bit of updating and maybe like this here, this learn, this core, like this stuff, maybe just have it. I don't even need this drop down. I don't know. I know what I was trying to do, maybe being a little bit fancy, but I don't know if that's necessary. But anyways, and yeah, maybe even just do a little bit more showcasing of the work that I've done recently as well too. So I don't know, just very small stuff to just maybe improve this a little bit so that when I do reach out to people and they look at the website, they're like, oh, okay, I kind of see, I kind of get exactly what it is that you do, right? So, yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking to work on. But again, I don't want to detract that from the main objective, which is creating videos and creating content and getting myself out there. But it's a combination of playing the long game of creating that content to really get people to know who I am and all that kind of stuff, and then make sales at Piixel Pieces and all that fun stuff. But then also it would be really great to get a couple clients here just to get a little bit of extra money. Christmas is coming around the corner, all that kind of stuff, right? So just to make some more money, right? So yeah, it's just kind of balancing that. I feel like the 3 different pricing packages are overwhelming. I almost feel like you don't need to showcase the add-ons and just use that offer on the back end, as in like that's part of the sales process or the things that I could offer once they make the purchase. So that's an interesting point. I'd love your feedback. So I mean, there's 2 pricing points right now. So there's the starter and then there's the pro. So you're saying yes, yeah. So just kind of get rid of this, or this could be somewhere I could put it somewhere else even. It's also a point of, does it even make sense to have like the buy now buttons right here? Or should I just have a contact form or set up a call, and then every client has a different like cost, right? Where then we go back to basically value-based pricing, where a client comes in the door, I figure out what they want, what they're looking for, and then we negotiate on a price. Or, I tell them what price depending on what work it is that they want to get done. So I guess there's 2 different ways of thinking about that. And I'm not sure if I should go back to more of that traditional way. But I like having this one thing though, that if it's very quick for just like a simple, like if somebody just wants a simple site and they just want, yeah, you know what? Can I just pay my X dollars, get a site and someone build it? And just have that as like the super starter package. And then maybe everything else is like custom. And then just like a contact form. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I do know I was talking to somebody, a business person here locally. And what she was saying was that it's like you could even have 2 different offerings. And I don't know if it's even put it on like 2 different websites, but like, hey, you have this is for poor people. It's like basically like business people talking, like this is for the poor people, and you can have this offering, but then you have your main offering for the regular people that are okay with spending a little bit of money because they understand the value kind of thing. So you can have like completely different things for the, like depending on who the person is. Call to action should be call, in my opinion. Rarely anyone wants to buy straight away just like that. Yeah, and even if I'm saying like $2,000, or even if it was like $3,000, whatever. Yeah, it's not a insignificant amount of money. But there is a book a free call, because that's the whole idea. Like, hey, listen, I know you're not sure, but like, just book a call, and then you book a call. It's a 30-minute Zoom call. We have our chat, and then they could go ahead and pay. So it's just kind of there for convenience. But maybe we should think about it differently, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah. What does it get started? That leads you to pay. You just pay. So write to Stripe and then you pay. And then once you pay, the whole workflow is they go through this and then they pay, and then they go to, let me see if I can actually bring it up here. And then they go to this page. So yeah, I would make the book a call, the main call to action. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's probably will work better. This is where it would be really cool with the Webflow insights to see where people are clicking. But I mean, I guess I can know this from just my regular stats. Actually, not thinking about it. But I mean, no one's clicking. Let's be honest here. No one has paid this money yet through this site. I can say that for sure. Anyways, but the flow is they would get this payment. They would get to this. And then it's like, here's a breakdown of what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. So we scheduled the initial kickoff meeting. We're going to talk about this. I'm going to create an Asana project. I'm going to send it to you. Here's my email. And then we're going to go with all the next kind of steps. So that's kind of the workflow. And I didn't set this up yet, but part of the workflow would be once that payment goes through, I would actually go to my Asana and then create a project in here automatically. It's just using, whatever Zapier or whatever. There's tools to, kind of create that stuff, and then create that project and then invite them so that they can come onto that project. And there's default stuff in the project so that they would know what everything needs to be done. So yeah. So do I communicate through email with clients? I use Asana. So there is email. So obviously if they want to get in touch with me, it's through email. And some of my clients have my phone number as well too. So if they need to call me for anything, I just hop on the phone and talk to them. But most of the communication is done through Asana. So if they need something done, they just put it in there and then I just do it. So most of the communication happens through that, and that is perfect. Asana has a chat functionality like Slack does. No, it doesn't. It's like strictly like project management. You can, there are ways that you could leave messages with people or what have you, but it's not like at all. There's no Slack kind of communication feature. And it's not like Basecamp, which has all those things kind of built in, which I thought of using Basecamp as well, because this one has, I think if you look at the pricing, what do they have? Yeah, it's like everything rolled up into one. So it has Slack, it has Asana, and it has like place to put in your storage and your documents. So I liked it, but a lot of my clients already are into the Asana ecosystem. So I was just like, well, I'll just stick with that. And I like it as well too. I like it a little bit better than I like Basecamp. But I love the guys that are at Basecamp. Got it. Yeah, I use Slack with your clients. So the thing about that for me is there's a difference in how people expect you to communicate depending on the platform, right? So if you're in like a Slack thing and you have your green message and you're on, someone messages you, you kind of expect it to hear from them right away. And I don't want to have my clients to have that much access to me to expect that type of communication. So that's why if they need me to do something, it just goes in Asana. And I'm usually pretty good. My Asana is open not 24/7, but it's open all the time when I'm working. So I can see right away and I get alerts or whatever if any messages come through. So and then I respond pretty quickly. But they don't expect that per se, right? So yeah. So will I use Slack in the future? I don't know. I might, because it's not like Slack is a great tool, but I feel like it's more like, for me anyways, the way I like to work, it's more of an internal tool for your internal team to be able to communicate. Yeah. So that's just my thoughts on that. So, Aaron, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How you doing today? How often do I go live? I go live every day, Monday through Friday. So 5 days a week. And this is episode 430. So I've done this 430 times every day, Monday through Friday, except for I took 2 weeks off, once, not too long ago actually, because I was really sick. And then once because I was working with a client. So yeah. I heard ClickUp is working on their chat functionality. So we'll be Slack plus Asana in one tool basically. Yeah, I've heard of ClickUp too. Yeah, I've heard a lot of those productivity tools, but I think I demoed it. I didn't like it. It's just, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. So maybe it's just the UI or whatever. So So yeah, but that's interesting. Yeah, I think I want to stay away from it. I don't know if I like all the tools, but if I was to do something that I wanted the tools, because ClickUp's doing it, I would use Basecamp. Like I love Basecamp, and I love. I mean, this works a little bit differently, but I really like how this thing works. So I would really recommend if you are looking for a tool that has all those stuff built in. This is because it even comes with the storage. It's really, really good. And I like how it has the messaging and has schedules. It's got all kinds of really kind of cool features that I think you'd really dig. And the pricing is like $15 a user per month. It's not bad. It's not bad, especially like Asana. I think I'm paying pretty much kind of that. So yeah, Aaron. Wow, that's consistency and dedication. Yes, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's just fun because again, with the goal of what I'm trying to do. So obviously, I guess you're new here. So like, I'm trying to build a company. I wanted to generate $1 million in revenue every single year, right? That's kind of my goal. And one of the things I'm doing with this live stream is obviously just documenting the process of just kind of doing the work, like the stuff that we did today. But I feel like it's almost like it's two birds with one stone. It's like, well, I'm doing the work anyways. I might as well just go live, document the process, get some feedback, get some help, and hopefully grow this thing so that eventually this could be a nice 3-4 year long project of the whole process of going from 0 to 1 million. Because one of the things I've always said is there's so many YouTubers out there that are like, oh, here's how to make $1 million, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. And it's great. A lot of it is really good advice. Don't get me wrong. But I want to see like in the trenches, like what does that actually look like? Like, how can you do it if you got no subscribers, you got no viewers, you have no clients? Like, how do you build something? So that's kind of the thing that I kind of want to showcase here. But Aaron, first time discovering your page, but welcome. I appreciate you being here, and hope to see you again. And but yeah, we're here Monday through Friday. Brent says welcome, Aaron. How's it going? My comment section stuff actually broke, so I usually can bring up my comments. I'm gonna give it a try now, but yeah, it's not working, so I gotta fix it. So I'm still, even though I've been live streaming for a while, I still haven't figured out all the tech stuff to get this stuff working consistently. So, but anyways, yeah, Brent's saying welcome, so that's awesome. Brent's asking, how did you find this channel? It might be interesting to know. Yeah, it's generally a question that I do ask. So Aaron, yeah. So just curious, how did you find about this channel, and what is it that you're looking for? Because one thing too is it's always great to find like-minded people that are web designers or developers or people trying to start their own businesses or whatever the case may be. So interesting to hear your story. Oh, excuse me. Sam, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Happy Pizza Friday. Did you reduce their prices at Basecamp, or did they? It's been $15 per user for a long time. I think they were playing around with their pricing. I think they made some, Jason was making some blog posts about it. And what is it they did? I think they had a smaller feature where it was like $11 a month, and then it went up. But then, yeah, now they have unlimited for $300 a month. And I thought they had, because before it wasn't per user. I think it was just like a flat fee. And it was like unlimited users. So I think they changed it around. So, yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah. So I don't know if it's a reduction of fees, but they just changed how they changed their pricing. If that makes any sense. Did I say a sentence that makes sense there? Yeah, because I think it was, yeah, now I remember. Because I was looking at Basecamp for when I was working at the university. I was looking at Basecamp, Asana, Jira, like Monday, ClickUp, like all those different things. And I think with Basecamp at the time, I could be wrong, but at the time, it was just a flat fee for however many users it was, like unlimited users. Yeah, and I don't know. I think I just remember that. So, yeah. So, anyways, it's a great deal, and it's good software. I've tried it, and it's just a little bit different from like Asana, where I like it, where it's a nice list view, and you can change it to board and timeline. I really like the timeline view as well too, so that's really nice. So, so yeah. Anyways. Oh my goodness, look at all these videos that we have to do here, guys. Lots of videos to produce. Tons of them. All right. Oh, sorry. Shit. I'm not even sharing my screen. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like because I don't know. I just really like just the list view of things, and it's just kind of easier. But yeah, with Basecamp, they have lots of other different views and different things that you can do with their tool. It's pretty cool. Anyways, Aaron, I found you on my YouTube home feed. I opened an app and saw it. Cool. Well, that's awesome. So YouTube every once in a while still recommends me to people. That's kind of cool. That's cool. If that makes sense. Yeah. So Brent, that's how I found me as well. Cool. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, welcome to the team. Welcome to the club. I don't know if we don't really have a club. But I don't know. We're all builders. We're all makers here, which is cool. Sorry, still getting over my cold here, so I'm still gonna have to clear my throat every once in a while. Okay. So I think all of that being said, I think we finished everything we wanted to finish today, right? We got our sidebar components ready to go. Oh, it's kind of cool how they have this preview now where you can kind of see what the component looks like. That's really cool. That's pretty cool. Good job, Webflow. I like that. So we got that done. We went over a little bit about how, not this one. Let's go back. We went a little bit over kind of how to get this automated table of contents, which is really nice using FinSuite, which is really, really cool, which is this attribute right here, which is nice. And yeah, so that's it. And then I guess, I guess that's it. Oh, Rolando, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? All set for a good pizza Friday. A silly question. Is your 11 degrees in your area? How do you manage to walk around in short sleeves? The first cold weather has arrived here and it's 19 degrees and I'm already walking around in a sweatshirt. Oh, man. Brett says, Rolando with the most random comment. He's like, I've been watching this stream and I really have an important question based on what you talked about. It's 11 degrees. It's 11 degrees. I was out this morning and it was even colder and I have my shorts on. So I guess if you're just in Canada, you're just used to it being like minus, I guess because I'm even from Northern Ontario. So like days of minus 30 degrees Celsius was just kind of fine. And you just kind of deal with it. So, I don't know. I just, I'm like always wearing shorts and t-shirts if I'm inside. So yeah. And fall is still that temperature where it's like, you're still trying to hang on as Canadians. You try to hang on to as much summer as you can because we only get like 2 months of nice weather. So the minute you start wearing sweatshirts and sweatpants or whatever, then summer is gone. So you got to hang on to it for as long as you can. And we hang on to it by keeping our summer clothes on for as long as we possibly can. So 19 degrees in a sweatshirt. Oh man, I would just be like sweating in that. 19 degrees? That's almost beach weather. What are you talking about, man? Jeez. Oh man. That's funny. Yeah. All right. So Brent's Rolando, Brent's giving you some well wishes there. That's awesome. Great to see you guys. All right. So that's funny. That being said, it is it's 11:34. This is time I'm supposed to be going because I have to make sure I make time to play hockey. So I got noon hour hockey going on today, guys. So thank you so much for joining. Brent, Rolando, Aaron, Sam, Kevin. Appreciate you guys stopping in and stopping by. Aaron, hope to see you here again. Friday is Pizza Friday. So for me, I spend the time with the family on Friday afternoons and evenings. We have some pizza. We watch some movies or whatever. So that's kind of our family time. So hopefully you have something great lined up for this weekend. And Brent here, take care. Have a great weekend. Absolutely. Rolando, I'm going to invite you to come to Monterey in the summer when we're at 48 degrees. Oh, which is what I'm used to. That would be amazing. I will be there. I definitely want, yeah. I haven't said too much about like traveling, but I definitely want to get down to Mexico sometime sooner rather than later. So I will take you up on that. And whenever I do come, I definitely will be in touch and let you know what's going on with that. So that'd be amazing. All right, guys. 48 degrees. I'm just thinking of that right now. Oh, that's amazing. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. And as always, I'll be back here again with a brand new stream on Monday. Until then, take care and see you then.